Wood graining is a warm and wonderful background technique that's perfect for just about any kind of card. And you can create the look of weathered wood by adding an additional color. This additional color will make your wood background appear more distressed. Let me show you the tools and products you're going to need to do this technique. First, you're going to need some sort of scoring device, and I'm using the Score Buddy for my project. Then you're going to need a piece of cardstock, and I'm using some of the Gina Designs Lemon Drop cardstock that comes in the brand new Stamp TV kit sent with love. You're also going to need some ink, and I've chosen two browns. The first one is the Vivid Brown dye ink, and then I'm using the Memento Rich Cocoa dye ink. And the Memento Rich Cocoa is a little bit darker than the Vivid Brown. So to begin, we're going to start by creating some boards, almost as if you were looking at wooden siding on a house. And rather than doing the little planks like I've done in the past for the hardwood floor look, we're just going to make nice straight lines, evenly spaced, to create the look of a siding. Now, I've cut this piece of lemon drop cardstock to 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. And I would recommend keeping your measurements on the 1/2 inch because we're going to make 1/2 inch marks, 1/2 inch lines across, and that will keep your lines perfectly even, and they'll be even on both sides, so everything will be centered. So I'm actually going to start at the 2 inch mark. And the reason why I'm going to do that is because it's a little difficult for me to get in here and my fingers get in the way. So once I've scored this half, I'm just going to flip it around and do the same thing on the other side. So starting at the 2 inch mark, I'm going to create my first score line, then 2 1/2, 3, and 3 1/2. Now I'm going to flip the cardstock around, and as you can see those score lines there. I'm just going to flip it around the other way. Now that line matches up with 2 inches. I'm going to move over to 2 1/2, 3, and again 3 1/2. Now I've created my even planks of wood, and now I'm going to begin to wood grain. It's good to have a scratch piece of paper up on your tabletop because this can get kind of messy because you are starting off of the piece of cardstock. Starting with my lighter brown ink, the Vivid, I'm going to just rub this ink pad down onto my cardstock. And as you can see, this creates a nice light brown look. And isn't it interesting what color that turns out to, what color it comes up as when you're using the lemon drop cardstock? You wouldn't think it would look so warm and inviting because the lemon drop is more of a cooler yellow, a little bit more icy. Okay, so there's my first color. Now I'm going to make it look a little bit more weathered, and you can stop here and that's a perfect wood grain background, but I'm going to make it look a little bit more weathered by bringing in some of the Memento Rich Cocoa ink and doing the same thing, just coming down right onto it. You can see how that's creating a very weathered look, almost like some of the stain is starting to just peel away from that wood. And just do it a couple times until you really find the look that you like. And if you want, you can even go a little bit darker on the edges. Come down a little harder at the top. And there really makes the lines pop out too. So let me remove my dirty piece of paper and put it there. Isn't that pretty? It looks so rustic. Now let me show you my finished card project. I used 2 of the brand new stamps from the new Sent with Love Stamp TV kit. And let me just bring that in a little bit for you. Isn't that pretty? This is a great stamp to use with this background because you actually have the wood and the grain in the tree, so it really sets the whole thing off nicely. Weathered wood is a great backdrop for everything from masculine cards to rich florals, camping, nature, and more.